Hi guys, welcome back to Irene Torok Art. I'm Ren, a full-time artist living with Crohn's disease near Melbourne, Australia. I hope you're having a great week. I've had a busy couple of weeks, as you'll see, and I worked on this piece right here, which I call Round the Bend. It's a 50 by 60 piece, which was quite simple really to work on, and I don't really like the end result very much, but regardless, I'll share the process of it with you throughout the video, as you'll see. I've been trying to be consistent with the exercise, even though health's really been getting in the way as of late. I've been trying to fuel up really well and have things like avocado toast and manuka honey and things like that throughout my days. A lot of juice, a lot of fruit, so super healthy choices. But yeah, the Crohn's has been playing up, and I've had some more testing and an MRI. I'm not sure about whether we'll change the immune suppressant shots or not, but more on that later. As far as this past week, I didn't end up going to Melbourne galleries, which I said I would do. I'll hope to do that in the next few weeks or so. Things I did end up doing was having a spring barbecue, finally, the first one of the season, with some of my faves, eating and drinking and catching up for a span of 9 hours, getting together, which was fantastic. Also haven't been op shopping for a while, so Jazz, Mum and I headed out to a few, made a day of it, ended up finding a bunch of bargains and books, which was really great. And then, as I mentioned, I had an MRI. It was just a midweek MRI, and I knew I'd be starving because it was booked for lunchtime, and I knew I'd be cooped up in the machine for 45 minutes, so I packed a picnic to head out in nature and just sit outside afterwards and yeah, spend a bit of time in nature, and that was really nice to do after the test. And as far as food this week, for a midnight week, I made a Mexican fusion jambalaya, which was absolutely delicious, and you'll see that later on in the video as well. But to begin the week, first I had to edit last week's video, which usually takes me about a day to do, to edit and to upload it and export it and everything like that. So that's how my week started. Looking out at the delivery people together. Hey, what are they delivering now? What's Jasmine ordered now? Would you like a Virgin Mary?
Yes.
Yes. The Tabasco. And a Worcestershire. Yeah, it's good. While I was trying to, do the poem, and they're drilling and they're doing things, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do it, but they shut up and it was all good.
Very good. Nothing worse.
Been really enjoying Bloody Marys with these tomato, celery, carrot juices, spicy juices that we found, and we make it extra spicy and add some vodka and whatever. But if we're not having a drink that day, we'll just have like a virgin one every now and then, and it's absolutely delicious. So we've really been enjoying those. But to start the painting, as I said, I wanted to paint one that's kind of a road piece to go with a poem that I wrote for a reel coming up. So yeah, it was really simple getting this started, just laying down some background colour as I usually do. our first barbecue of the season finally, with Teresa and Jamie over, and we had some great food, some drinks. We ended up drinking until like 3 o'clock in the morning, catching up, reminiscing about childhood and teenage naughty escapades that we used to get up to and such. And yeah, it was just a really great time getting together, as it always is.
I loved at Jasmine's 21st, how Andy said, you know, how he's always looked at Jasmine like a sister.
Yeah.
And I thought that was beautiful. I loved your brother, Mims. He was so confident.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he made a joke with the beer afterwards, and I'm like, good on him.
Yeah.
He's really come out of his shell. And
It doesn't fucking matter.
You just need to take the first one and then go, just listen to this.
I do actually love the video.
Put a name tag on everyone.
And I cropped my grandma's part of the speech so that my friends who couldn't make it, they're like, oh, you know, how was speeches? I'll be like, fucking take a look at this.
Right. Fantastic.
Need a hand?
I there were a few people died and it was just getting harder for the older people to get to them. Like, they never really do you.
Yeah.
And you go, why should I fucking look out for you now?
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are
Hey,
all compared to. It's like
it's
Yeah.
my stepdad. Like,
Look, I feel like I've already been on holidays for so long, and now I have like a whole trimester to get through.
Why do you hardly go to school? Like,
I know.
it is. It's like
I don't
they're at school half the time,
I
you know.
don't
Like,
get it.
I didn't know that they had argued or what, but
I didn't argue.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
I would argue that.
come on.
Cats can be temperamental. Like,
Yeah.
if little kids go up and pull their tail or whatever,
They'll swipe.
they'll swipe them, but they won't do it with their claws out. So what
Yeah,
they
they
do
just
is they
wanna
do
go
the
like-
tap, tap, tap. They go tap, tap, tap on the head, you
Or
know,
they'll
like,
go-
stop it, what do you think
Do
you're
they
doing?
really?
Yeah.
Like a German.
Oh, it's a German name. I couldn't tell you if I
It's
tried.
Ryan Golden's now.
No, Rheingold's closed for
Is
a
it?
long time now, yeah. They used to be good too.
Yeah, I've never been
Yeah.
there.
What was
I've
it?
never been there, but I.
These bands around their hands, so they can't do anything.
Yeah.
So when they
And
when
every
they
time when
do
they, before
do
they
that,
see
and
them
they
go
gotta roll
like
their
that,
hands.
so the
Yeah.
cameras can see what their hands are doing.
So they're not doing any like.
Yeah, last bit and there's a go.
Our trucks is 3 tanks,
Yeah.
3 full tanks.
How many thousands?
10,000 kg doesn't be because he does. Gavin does
10,000
probably add blue. So that's the.
On the painting, I next added some tree trunks, some shadows and some background foliage, just basically as a base for things to come. It's been a little while since we last went thrifting, so Jazz, Mum and I made a big day of it, headed to a bunch of places, found some really great bargains, really great books. It was really, really good. It was a successful little thrifting trip, and then we followed that up with some takeout lunch. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's cute. Got a few things this round. Champagne?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think it's wine, Mum.
Yeah.
It's a wine glass, yeah. Oh, yeah, it is Gucci. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is Gucci. you're fussy, Mum, so you choose.
Yeah, you're more fussy. She's the same McDonald's every
No, she goes, I can find something anywhere, schnitzel or anything like that. So I don't mind, whatever you guys feel like.
Doesn't matter.
Oh. I was so happy with the books I picked up. I had an older gentleman come up to me and ask me what I read, and he recommended all these psychological thriller authors to me, and he handed me this Harlan Coben book, which I've never read, which I was super happy with. So super successful thrifting trip. And back on the painting afterwards, it was time to lay in the background detail where the trees are backlit basically, a little bit of groundwork and a little bit of shadow work to go next. So as I said, I had to go for a midweek MRI, basically because of a massive bleed that I had, and also the ulceration found in my recent scope. So yeah, this will ultimately determine whether I need a 6th open surgery. I've had 5 full open surgeries, and I've already lost 1 meter of bowel, so this will determine whether I need to lose more, and it will be a much bigger surgery because they'll also operate on the back area. I won't go into detail, but yeah, I'm really hoping that doesn't need to happen and these tests come back good. But I had to go for the test. I knew that it would take ages, and it was booked for like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I knew I'd be starving. So I packed myself a picnic. I thought afterwards sit outside in the sun with my new Coben book and just try to de-stress, because anxiety has been through the roof, as you can imagine. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4. All done. Okay. Oh, thank God that's over. 4 cannulas later. My veins, after 20 years of Crohn's, just do not want to cooperate anymore. But we got there in the end. 45 minutes in the machine, and now I'm starving. So let's find a nice spot to sit. Then back home afterwards, I didn't want to cook. We just got some takeout pizza, And then once Jay went off to bed at 10:30, I just threw on a thriller to de-stress and shoved some popcorn down my gob, basically.
A lot of these folks ain't seen you in years, right since your mother's funeral. It do good to see you up on your feet. She may not even be that hard.
Then next to add to this piece was the mid and foreground foliage, branching, various greens that went on there, some groundwork, lots of bits and pieces. Okay, no, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, very fucking frustrated. Thank you though.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
All good, all good, all good. Okay, thank you.
That's alright. Ja nem tudom, én azt a fiókban, ami van, én mindig azt használom.
Ja, csak hát össze-vissza van írva, mert ez még nyugodtul te. És Zuzan...
I used to make jambalaya quite often, the old-fashioned traditional way, chicken sweet corn way, when it was just Jazz and I. But this past week I decided to make a Mexican fusion version with some tortilla chips and various accompaniments, and yeah, it turned out fantastic. So for the chicken jambalaya, in a heavy base skillet or pot with lid, we're going to saute a little bit of onion in some oil. Into that we're going to go with some chicken breast, saute that for a little bit. Then we'll go in with our spice mix of sweet paprika, smoked paprika, cumin, ground coriander, oregano, salt and pepper, and our garlic, saute that a bit. Throw in some capsicum, saute that a bit, throw in some rice, saute that for a half a minute, and then into that we're going to go with some corn kernels, some diced tomatoes, and a little bit of chicken stock. Bring that up to the boil, down to a simmer, lid on, cook that out. While we do that, I'm going to throw together our garnishes, which are completely optional. We're going to be scooping ours up with some flatbreads that I've cut into triangles, spiced up, bit of salt, bit of spray. That'll go in the oven, and then I'm going to throw together some guacamole, and to garnish the very top of it we've got some coriander, some hot chili, some spring onion and some sour cream, and that'll be it. Once your onion's sauteed for a bit, in with the chicken, and we'll saute that for a couple minutes. Saute until slightly golden. Into that we'll go with some garlic, saute for a minute or two. Our capsicums, in with our spice mix, then into that we'll go with our rice, small handful per person, 1, 2, 3, and a bit for good measure. Saute for a couple minutes. Then in with some corn kernels, our diced tomatoes, good quality chicken stock powder, and we'll go in with twice the amount of water as there is rice. I added my salt and pepper to my spice mix, don't forget to season. We'll bring that up to the boil and throw a lid on it. In the meantime, I'm going to go in with my tortilla chips, and I'm going to make some guacamole to garnish. down to a low simmer, lid on, and it needs about 15 minutes. And that's ready to go. Only some tortilla chips. And the extra tortillas I'll put in the middle of the table so people can eat as many as they like. And enjoy. It was really great, so give it a go for something different. But then it was time to finish up this piece, and it didn't need a lot of work, just a little bit of work on the ground, on the road basically, and some highlights, and that was really it for this one. So we're looking to finish this piece today. I don't think I'm going to include it in my paintings of 2024, like I didn't include the last painting I did. I just don't think it's up to par. I've had a lot on my mind and there's been a lot going on, so it's just one of those paintings that is not as good as what my usual standard would be, but it's a painting. I've showed up to the canvas and created something, and it's better than nothing, and yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, not too happy with how it turned out, but it's just another little store piece, which I've got a bunch of building up now, and I really got to get out there and actually sell some. But as far as next week, I've got some dental work and my results coming up. So I'm not sure about a video as yet. We'll see what happens. If it comes to the worst case scenario, with a massive surgery, I'd be laid up for at least 8 weeks, so I really hope it doesn't come for that. Send me some positive vibes and some prayers if you can. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. Can't, just try to be positive. And then yeah, hopefully I'll work on a larger scale piece next, which I've been kind of planning. But thank you so much for watching the video. That's all the footage that I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for joining me on my art and life journey and being here. If you did enjoy it, please, to support the channel, give it a like, a subscribe if you haven't already, and come join me again next time with whatever I have going on. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your week, your weekend, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks guys. Bye.